I'm going to just throw this out there. Kobe fans and Curry fans are going to be fighting if Curry wins another ring. I see how they do the narrative bullshit. All this bullshit came from beat writers and radio guys. Hear all the narratives. Let me hear how you put it together. That's how they got their jobs. They didn't know basketball.
So would you say this is the same situation that when they didn't give Kobe Bryant the MVP when he averaged 35, when Steve Nash and LeBron was supposed to be second? How is Steve Nash and how LeBron going to be over Kobe if Kobe was averaging 35 a night and he was going crazy? So this is the same type of thing then.
Kobe Bryant had a bad team. Steve Nash came into a bad team, and LeBron came into a bad team. Steve Nash went from 29 to 62 wins, and it was just him. That was his impact. LeBron team, what did they rank that year? Well, they came in, second, third, and Kobe ended up making the 8th spot. But they had the individual accolades and the team success. They actually elevated their team to be successful. That's why they got voted. But the best player in the league was Kobe, hands down. But they don't have a best player in the league award. Yeah. It should be 2 different awards, like the best player in the NBA and then the most valuable. It's 2 different awards.
Does Jaylen Brown game look different without Jason Tatum on the floor with him? He could carry a team without Jason Tatum.
That's what I'm saying. His game does look different, and it just becomes he just scores. He doesn't play make, and he doesn't rebound like that. But they're going to win. I mean, if you keep him around the same team, they're going to win because the team is good. It's one of those things that you're never going to know because they came in together. They was a package deal. So neither one of them has success without each other yet.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't even think you even need to even get rid of both of them. I mean, yeah, I just think Tatum and Brown just better off together to me.
Like right now, like if I can tell you this, if they lost and one had to go, it's Jaylen Brown. They're not trading.
I said that. I said, yo, if they have to make a move, which I feel like they will because of contracts, it would be Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, they're not going to trade him.
And it's not because of, I just think,
he just does more.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you. Since I do be doing the drafts, if you go to Tatum throughout this, like he had a horrible game the other day. So Wednesday he had 46, right? Like he just puts up so because he rebounds and pass and steals. So it's hard. Like nobody values Scottie Pippen until Jordan left and they seen Scottie Pippen carry that same team.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's just hard when 2 players grow together, right? And then you argue about which one is more valuable.
I mean, they're both.
You just don't know. I mean, they're both valuable, but you don't know who's the better out of the 2. We know who the better out of the 2, but it's more of who's more important, I guess.
Yeah, but why does that even need to be a narrative? Like they both important, and they should be cheering for them to stay together. Honestly,
it's how you start to knock away somebody's legacy, right? Yeah. If you can convince the public that somebody else is just as good or better, then it kind of hampers how good you can possibly be. Like Jason Tatum he's never going to be in the GOAT debate because he lost the Finals MVP to Brown, right?
What? You can't bounce back from that, Gil?
You think they're going to just inherit and give you 5 Finals MVPs moving forward? No. Like if he wins this one this year, they'll give him one, but he have 2 rings, 1 Finals MVP, no MVPs.
So would you say the same thing about Steph then?
No.
Or is it different because he got unanimous MVPs and all that other shit too?
Yeah, because he has MVPs. Like it was him versus the field.
Which I think is the anniversary today of that unanimous
That's why
MVP.
I gave you the list of the MVP is the number 1 slot, right? And Steph has 2 of those. I'm gonna just throw this out there because Kobe fans and Curry fans are gonna be fighting if Curry wins another ring. I'm just gonna say it. And I don't know if they're fighting now, but you can hear the rumbles already. If he get his 5th ring, they get to use that. Then he has what over Kobe? 2 MVPs. Watch. I'm just telling you, I see how they do the narrative bullshit.
Right.
It's simple because all this bullshit came from beat writers and radio guys who had great voices. They knew how to, get you to tune in, and then people who wrote with the pen, right? Now think about it. We're all writing and doing interviews, listening to the same information. We have to figure out how to stand out. We're all getting the same interview. So now it becomes our pen work at home. Back when they were auditioning, they had auditioning for these positions, the ESPNs and that. So like the Rob Parkers and the Chris, they all had to audition. Hear all the narratives. Let me hear how you put it together. That's how they got their jobs. They didn't know basketball. They don't need to know basketball. These guys don't need to know basketball because they get the script before when they come into office. Like let's say First Take. Stephen A is going to go with his producer. Shannon's going to have his producer. Kendra Perkins is going to have his producer. They're going to know, how do you feel about these topics, right? It'll be a topic, let's say Lakers versus Wolves. One to be like, well, I like the Lakers in the series. All right, so here's yours. And then you guys argue for the Lakers. You like the Wolves, you argue for the Wolves. And then you go on air, and then they pick who's going to go first, and then go from there. You don't have to watch the game because your producer is giving you all of the information.
Let me tell you the fuck shit about it, though, Gil. You may walk in and be like, oh, I want to talk Lakers and Bron and Luke and whoop, whoop, whoop. They may be like, Gil, you sure you want to do that? Why don't you say the Wolves and Ant-Man and do this thing right here? Because Stephen A is already going to say, yep, the Luka take. So while why don't you talk about Nas Reed and DiVincenzo and blue, 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 but they'll make you flip your joint and say something you might not even really believe just because you can't have everybody on the set all agreeing and saying the same thing.
That's how it's built. So you don't have to actually watch, like you've seen when they pan the screen over to like Charles Barkley and them. How you think they catch, like when they catch them sleeping, Shaq sleep? If they sleep, how they watching the game, right? But it's just they don't have to because everything is done for them. They just got to lay it out. That's why they sound so off majority of the time. Personally, I'll rather listen to a diehard of that team before I listen to me or ESPN type of personality, right? If you're a Detroit Pistons diehard, you watch every game and you're there, you know 99% more than I do on that team.
Shout out Spectrum Sports.
I'm just going to be Googling in real time, looking at and then coming up with an assessment, unless I watch that game that night. But for the most part, the fans of those teams, the diehards, you know more about your team and those players more than anybody else that's just on TV, watching a whole bunch of games, barely watching, just to be honest with you.
Shout out to all the real Spectrum Sportsnet fans that'll watch the game, watch the post show, watch Backstage Lakers, and then watch the game again.
I'm going to just be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, and then y'all notice that I'll say something about a player, be totally off. Y'all will complain about him. Then I'll start watching him, and then I'll change my mind. And y'all be like, hold the same energy. No, motherfucker, I was dumb then. I'm not gonna still be dumb. I'm not standing on dumb. I didn't watch this motherfucker score 40 every night. I'm not standing on dumb. Like motherfuckers really be trying to stay on dumb all year long. Like, nah, nigga, I'm good. Like, yeah, I was stupid then, but I didn't watch this motherfucker.